Good morning, class. Welcome back to your video lecture. I hope all of you are fine and safe at your home, and I hope all of you are following the guidelines that are given to us to protect ourselves from coronavirus. Okay, so before starting this video, as we all know that we have already started this chapter in our previous video. So, and in that part of the video we have already read the chapter, and I have already discussed the I have already given you the explanation of the chapter, the detail, you can say detailed chapter reading we have done, and also the explanation we have done it in our previous video. Now in this video, what we are going to do, we are basically going to discuss the summary of the chapter, and after discussing the summary we are going forward with the moral of the story, and at the end of the video we are going to discuss the question answers from the same chapter. Okay, so let's start our summary. So first of all, let's read the summary of the chapter. Okay, so yes, the story of Tiny Teacher is about an ant's life, which is totally remarkable. So we all know that in this chapter we have read about ants. Okay, so who is the tiny teacher here? A tiny teacher here is ant. Why the ant is called a tiny teacher? Because after reading the chapter we can analyze, or you can say that we can observe that there are different kind of learning that we can take from the little tiny creature. And who is the tiny creature in this chapter? The tiny creature is ants, and its life is so remarkable because it is not unbelievable that they are having so much we can take so much from them as a learning. Okay, so now moving forward, it is the smallest yet the wisest creature we see in our daily life. So we can say that the tiny teacher or the ants are so tiny, they are so small, but they are also not only small, but they are also the wisest creature on earth. Why they are wisest creature? Because they do their work on regular basis. They do their work with discipline. They have a particular time for doing everything, right? We have read this in the chapter. Now they live in comfortable homes that have hundreds of little rooms and passages. In some of the room, the queen ant lays egg, where the rest of the rooms are nurseries for young ants. The house of ants is free of quarrels, as everyone carry out their duties peacefully. So we have already read that in this chapter there is a discussion, or you can say there is a observation, or there is a full detail about that how ants live. Okay, so we know that in this chapter the ants, where the ants live, they have their own house known as ant hill, right? The house of ant is known as ant hill, and it has thousands, or you can say hundreds of little rooms. Okay, it has hundreds of little rooms, or you can say passages. Okay, and in some of the passages, or you can say some of the room, what happens, the queen ant, she lays eggs there. Okay, the queen ant lays egg there, and in some of the rooms, some of the rooms are nurseries for the little ants, young ants. Okay, and some of the places are barracks for the other soldiers, and some are the places where they used to store their food, right? So there are different you can say hundreds of room at the ant hill, and those hundred or thousands of rooms are being used as used for different kind of purposes, right? Different kind of work they use their rooms for different type of things. Okay, and the house of ants is free from quarrel. Why? Because all the ants, they have been assigned a specific task, or you can say they have a particular job that they have to do. They don't interfere with each other, they don't interfere in the lives of each other, they don't try to cross their boundaries. As if a the soldier's job is to protect everyone, so the soldier will do that part. He will not he will not go outside and work for himself, or you can say he will not go outside and work as a worker. Okay, and what was the workers job? They have to go outside and search for the food, right? So why they are free from quarrels? Because they have their particular task and they were performing their own task, so they don't have to interfere with each other. Okay, every ant is doing what they are supposed to do. Moving forward, we see how each ant has a certain duties and they do it responsibly. Thus, they all lead peaceful lives. In fact, there are people whom we call ant keepers that keeps ant as their pets. They do so to document their daily behavior and observe them closely. Ants have fillers which they use to communicate or greet other ants. Although the red and black ones are the most common type of ants, there are various type of ants. So we have already seen that how these observations that are given in this chapter is made. It's because there are some people who keep ant as their pets, right? We have read that there are some people who keep ant there as pet, also known as ant keepers. Okay, they are known as ant keepers. So what they do, they basically keep ant as their pet to document their daily behavior. They observe keenly their behavior, and by observing all these things they have actually documented it out. Okay, so what other things the ant do? They basically, to communicate what they do, they use their fillers, or you can say the antennas they have, they use that thing. And what are the most common ants? They are basically red ants and black ants. Okay, we have seen most commonly what type of ants we see. We see either black ants or we see either red ants, right? So moving forward, the mother of the entire population of the ant of a colony is the queen ant. So who is the mother of all the ants? She is the queen ant. She is the mother of every ant in the particular colony. The ant hill, inside the ant hill, there may be thousands or hundreds of ants, and the mother of all those ants is the queen ant. Okay, the queen ant has got a pair of wings that is gets rid of after the wedding flight. Soon after, it lays eggs that go through the life cycle from grub to cocoon and finally perfect ant. So we see how it takes about 5 to 6 weeks to complete this production. So what happened? The queen ant, she is the mother of all the ants. So what happens? She basically she has one pair of wings. Okay, she has a wing, and what she does after her wedding flight, which and what is the time for her wedding? It's basically in the hot summer. Okay, during the hot summer, the ant gets she gets herself a male ant, and they both get married. And what they do after the wedding flight, the queen ant, she basically tore her wings, and after that she does nothing. She basically lays eggs. Okay, for a long period of time she only lays eggs. And the life cycle of ant is what the ant first becomes a grub. After becoming a grub, the ant becomes a cocoon, and finally it turns to the ant, proper ant. Okay, and all these process of from grub to ant, this whole cycle takes up to 6 weeks time. Okay, the soldier ant guard eggs on becoming grubs. Similarly, the worker ants, they carry the grubs for airing, exercising and sunshine. The new ants take on the job of soldiers, builders, cleaners and more. The small ants receive training for a few weeks before going out to work. So what happens as the queen lays egg? So there is after laying egg, what happens? The soldiers ants, they basically guard the grub. Okay, they basically guard them. Okay, and after guarding them, what happens? The worker ant, they carry the grub for what? For exercising, for airing them, and for sunshine. Okay, for all these purposes, who do all this work? The worker do this. What is the work of worker? Worker has to carry the grub for airing, exercising, and sunshine. Okay, and what is the work of soldier? The work of soldier is to only protect the egg. Okay, understood? So after this, what happens? As the grub becomes an ant, basically after this, they get training. Their teaching and training begins. And what are the jobs that they get trained for? There are different type of jobs which are being soldiers, builders, cleaners. Okay, these are the types of job for which they after becoming an ant, they get teaching and training for that. Okay, and after a few weeks of training, they get ready for the outside world. Means they get ready to do the actual work on the ground. Okay, moving forward, thus we see how they work in such a systematic manner. We can learn so many things from the tiny teacher, whether it is hard work, sense of duty, care, discipline, and anything. They are great teachers. You will never watch ants fighting with each other, as they are very disciplined and loyal. Thus, they may be little, but they are very significant creature, teaching a great deal to everyone. So, what at the end, what is being said to us is that the ants are creature who basically have a systematic life. They don't fight with each other. Why? Because they have a systematic life. They don't interfere with each other's things. Okay, they do what they are supposed to do. They do what their jobs they have been assigned with. Okay, and at the end, what we can say, that the tiny teacher gives us different lessons. What are those lessons? That we should do hard work, right? We should have a sense of duty. They have a discipline among them, as they don't interfere with each other, right? They don't fight. They never fight with each other. They have a particular type of discipline among them. They have loyalty between them. They don't interfere with each other, and also they don't fight. Because why they don't fight? Because they don't basically have anything to fight. They are doing their job, what they are assigned with, and they are doing it very perfectly. They are doing it very good. Okay, and at the end, what we can say, that as the ants are very tiny creature, but what they are a very good teacher. Why? Because they are teaching us so many different things, and they are very significant creature among us. Why? Because they give us so much thing to learn. They have given us so much to learn, right? So we can say that they may be little, maybe they are little, but there is so many things that we can learn from them. We can learn from them the sense of duty that they have, the hard work that they do, the care and the discipline they have among each other, for each other, and that the peaceful life they lead. We should learn all these things from the significant creature. And who is the significant creature? That is the tiny teacher, who is an ant. Okay, so this was all the summary. Now let's discuss the moral of the story. So I have already said, or I have already told you, that why we discuss moral of the story at the end. Why? Because as we all know that there we read literature, we read these stories or chapters. Why? Because in these chapters or story, there is a hidden meaning among them, right? There is a learning that the chapter gives us. So moral of the story, reading or studying the moral of the story is very important, because at the end we can analyze that what the story was about, what was the thing, or what was the you can say what was the thing that the story wanted to convey, or how much we have actually got the hidden message. Or you can say there are sometimes when there is a direct message, as in this chapter there is a very direct message that has been given to us, and the moral of the story. Now let's discuss that. Okay, so the moral of this story, the three things that we learn from the chapter. What are the three things that we learn from the chapter? Those are, first one is hard work, right? How we can say that we learn hard work from this chapter? We know that the tiny creature, or we can say the ants, are so tiny, they are so little, but they have their own different job that they have been assigned, right? They had different kind of job that they were doing. If there is a worker, the worker is doing his part of the job. If someone is soldier, the soldier is doing that part of job. So they are so hardworking, they basically do their work. Okay, they don't interfere with each other also, and they have a sense of duty. How? Because they do whatever they are supposed to do. They never fight with each other, they never interfere with each other, and they had a discipline among them, because they don't wanted to do what. So now let's discuss the next question. The fourth question is, name some other creature that lived in ant hill. So first, what is the meaning of ant hill? Ant is hill, the what is the ant hill? Yes, think about it. Yes, ant hill is the place where all the ant live. Also, we can say that as the bird have their nest as their home, same way ant have their ant hill as their houses, or you can say home. Okay. So, what are the different creature that also lived with ants? They were beetles, yes, and lesser breeds of ant, and what else? The green fly. Okay, these were the alien creature. We have in the chapter, they have been referred as an alien creature. Who were those alien creature? They were beetles, okay, lesser breed of ant, and what? Green fly. Yes. Now moving forward, mention three things that we can learn from the tiny teacher. Give reason for choosing these items. So as we have already discussed that the more you can say that the moral of the story is the answer to this question. How? Because there are different things that we have, the tiny teachers, or you can say the tiny ants, have taught us. What were those? The sense of duty is the first thing. Okay, the sense of duty and discipline they had, that is the first teaching that they have given us, the first thing that they have taught us, right? That is the sense of duty and discipline they have among themselves. Okay, they were doing their job perfectly, and they had discipline to not interfere with each other. What else? That is cleanliness. Yes, they were living their life, they were doing their job, they were cleaning their homes perfectly, right? And what else? The loyalty they had, right? The loyalty to their homeland, the loyalty to their land, the loyalty among themselves that they had, right? These are the teaching that we can say that the ants gives us. Okay, so student, this is all for the video. Okay, I have given you the summary of the chapter and also the moral of the story, and I have also discussed the question answers here. So I hope all of you have understood this clearly, and as you know that your exams are coming up, so I hope all of you have started doing your studies now. Okay, thank you so much for taking time and watching the videos, and I hope all of you are understanding what I'm teaching you. And if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me in your Zoom session. Okay, thank you so much.